U.S. President Barack Obama says that he's holding out hope for a diplomatic solution to the Ukraine crisis before pulling the trigger to send weapons to support Kiev. We turn to Paul Lee at the News Center for more. Paul, the president says the U.S. could no longer remain a spectator in all of this. What is he looking for in his upcoming peace summit?
Well, Obama made it clear that he will wait for the outcome of this fresh round of four-way talks set to take place in Belarus this Wednesday. He's likely counting on a long-term ceasefire deal at the very least, but the best-case scenario would be Russia letting go of its support of the separatists holed up in eastern Ukraine. This as 7 Ukrainian soldiers and 5 civilians there were reportedly killed in the latest fighting. Our Kim Hyun-bin reports.
U.S. President Barack Obama says there has been no decision yet on whether to send arms to Ukraine. He said he will wait for the outcome of Wednesday's talks in Belarus between the leaders of Ukraine, Russia, France, and Germany before deciding on whether to send lethal arms to Kiev to help the Ukrainians fight pro-Russian separatists in the east of their country. Wrapping up talks with German Chancellor Angela Merkel at the White House on Monday, Obama stressed that diplomacy and sanctions remain the top priority for resolving the crisis.
If, in fact, diplomacy fails, what I've asked my team to do is to look at all options. What other means can we put in place to change Mr. Putin's calculus? And the possibility of lethal defensive weapons is one of those options that's being examined. But I have not made a decision about that yet.
Obama made clear that he could put more pressure on Ukraine by providing arms. However, that could endanger Washington's unity with Europe on the issue. The German leader, who is opposed to sending weapons to Ukraine, urged Obama to think very carefully about his next move.
We continue to pursue a diplomatic solution, although we have suffered a lot of setbacks. These days, we will see whether all sides are ready and willing to come to a negotiated settlement.
The decision on supplying arms to Kiev has been postponed temporarily as Merkel and French President François Hollande are working to find a diplomatic solution. The two are due to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko in Belarus on Wednesday, in what some experts say could be the last realistic attempt to resolve the crisis diplomatically. Kim Hyun-bin, Arirang News.